Welcome to a heartwarming journey that takes us back to the magical moments of the holiday season. Few films capture the spirit of Christmas quite like Home Alone and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. These classics not only bring mischievous adventures and iconic comedy lines, but also touch the hearts of millions of viewers. But the stories behind the screen are also full of surprises. The lives of the actors who created these memorable characters are full of twists and turns, from great success to different choices. Join us as we explore the fascinating stories behind the spotlight in the warm Christmas atmosphere. Ready? Let's get started. Joe Pesci, who brilliantly played Harry, one of the two clumsy thieves of the Wet Bandits in Home Alone, left an unforgettable mark on the hearts of audiences in the 1990s. Before bringing endless laughter through ironic chase situations, Pesci was famous for his gritty roles in classic works such as Goodfellas and Raging Bull. Therefore, the fact that he abandoned his cold gangster image to transform into a silly thief surprised many people. With the role of Harry, Pesci not only captured the hearts of the audience, but also became an indispensable part of the childhood of many generations. Children were both thrilled by the plots of the thieves and delighted to see them constantly defeated by the young Kevin McAllister with his cunning traps. Despite his great success, Pesci chose to step away from the Hollywood spotlight to enjoy a more peaceful life. In his personal life, he has been married 3 times and has a daughter from his first marriage. A devoted father, Pesci has always tried to balance his career and family, a task he once joked was harder than dodging the swinging paint cans in Kevin's booby-trapped house. In 2019, after a long retirement, Pesci unexpectedly returned to the screen in The Irishman, a cinematic work where he continued to show the dignity and depth of acting that made him famous. Now 81, Pesci enjoys a quiet life, spending time playing guitar and away from the hustle and bustle of Hollywood. And while Harry may still be plotting revenge somewhere in our imaginations, Joe Pesci has found the peace he always wanted. Robert Blossom breathed life into the character of Old Man Marley in Home Alone, turning a mysterious neighbor who at first glance seemed a bit scary into a symbol of kindness and forgiveness. Born in 1924, he took on this role at the age of 66 and left an indelible mark on the audience. With a calm demeanor and emotional depth, Blossom not only made his character memorable, but also affirmed his talent as a veteran actor, specializing in roles rich in inner meaning. His life journey was equally full of ups and downs. Losing his mother at a young age, Blossom grew up in hardship, but soon revealed a sensitive soul and passion for art. Before making his mark in Home Alone, he had an impressive career with outstanding roles in Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Christine, conquering the audience with his subtle and unique acting ability. Off-screen, Blossom was a thoughtful man with a love of nature and a passion for poetry. His life mirrored the characters he portrayed, quiet, thoughtful, and always moving at his own pace. Despite the pain of losing his daughter and battling illness, he remained resilient, leaving behind an image of an artist devoted to his art and life. In 2011, Robert Blossom passed away at the age of 87, ending a rich artistic career. However, his role as Marley lives on as a meaningful lesson in understanding and forgiveness. Blossom showed us that not all heroes carry shovels, but they always leave a deep mark on everyone's heart. Daniel Stern brought unforgettable laughter as Marv, the clumsy and unlucky burglar in Home Alone, 1990. At the age of 33, he turned the character into a comedic icon, from his painful falls to his tragicomic encounters with Kevin McAllister's cunning traps. But before he had to dodge the swinging paint cans, Stern left a deep impression through his role as the narrator with an emotional voice in The Wonder Years, touching the hearts of millions of viewers. Stern's career is extremely rich, but his personal life is much deeper than that. Married to Laura Matos, the two built a happy family with 3 children. When his son Henry had serious health problems, Stern was willing to temporarily leave the Hollywood lights to devote all his time to his family. For him, family is not only a support, but also the most important thing in every decision. Now 67, Stern has found a balance between art and life. In addition to acting and directing, he pursues his quiet passions of sculpture and screenwriting. He recently returned to the big screen with For All Mankind on Apple TV Plus, but fans can also catch him working on sculptures, a hobby that is both creative and a source of relaxation. Daniel Stern has proven that even the clumsy Marv on screen can find peace and contentment in real life. Whether through comedic comedy or profound art, he has always brought enduring values, hilarious, warm, and inspiring, that have made him a beloved face for decades. Macaulay Culkin became every child's hero and every burglar's nightmare when he transformed into Kevin McAllister, the mischievous boy who turned Home Alone, 1990, into a Christmas classic. Only 10 years old when he took on this role, Culkin quickly became an international star and a childhood icon for an entire generation. But behind Kevin's mischievous smile is the story of a child actor facing the pressure of fame and family turmoil. Under the strict management of his father, Culkin not only suffered the burden of fame, but also gradually lost control of his personal life. At the age of 15, he made a bold decision to regain financial independence and freedom for himself. After a long time away from Hollywood in search of peace, Culkin gradually returned to the spotlight, this time with a more mature and profound perspective. His personal life has also seen some significant milestones. After a long-term relationship with Mila Kunis, Culkin is now happily married to actress Brenda Song. The couple welcomed a son, Dakota, named in honor of Culkin's late sister. Now 44, Culkin has made a dramatic comeback to acting, receiving particular praise for his role in American Horror Story. Overcoming the challenges of his past, he continues to build a creative and stable life, proving that despite the harsh pitfalls of fame, he has stood firm and always with a smile on his face. John Hurd, who played Peter McAllister, Kevin's loving but somewhat absent-minded father in Home Alone, left an indelible mark on the screen in the 1990s. When he took on the role at the age of 44, Hurd had a solid career with notable works such as Cutter's Way and Big. In the film, he fully portrayed the image of a busy, somewhat careless father who forgot about his son not just once, but twice. In real life, Hurd's personal life was as full of ups and downs as a movie. He went through 3 marriages and was the father of 3 children, but not all relationships were smooth. His short-lived marriage to actress Margot Kidder and custody battle with ex-girlfriend Melissa Leo added to the turmoil in his life. Despite his highly regarded career, Hurd also faced emotional and health challenges. He died in 2017 at the age of 71 from a heart attack, leaving behind a rich acting legacy of deep, emotional roles. While Peter McAllister struggled to care for his children, Hurd always made audiences sympathize and remember him through the characters he played. Tim Curry, born April 19, 1946, brought a sarcastic charm to Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, as the snobbish but humorous concierge at the Plaza Hotel. With just a sharp eyebrow raise, he turned small moments into unforgettable laughs. Curry has long been a legend on screen with his own unique roles. He once captivated audiences with the image of Dr. Frank Furter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, where his charming voice and bold style became a pop culture icon. Besides, his role as the terrifying clown Pennywise in It, 1990, also helped him affirm his talent for masterful transformation. Curry's life has not been without challenges. In 2012, he suffered a serious stroke, leaving him in a wheelchair. However, instead of backing down, Curry found a new path to shine. He turned to voice acting, bringing his signature voice to the world of animation and video games. With his humor and charming demeanor, he continues to captivate fans even though he is no longer on screen as often as before. Although he has never been married, Curry is always surrounded by love from friends and family. At 78 years old, he still maintains an optimistic spirit and dedicates himself to art. Despite facing adversity, Tim Curry has proven that talent and passion can overcome all limits, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of audiences. Brenda Fricker, born February 17, 1945, delivered an emotional performance in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, as a pigeon keeper. At 47, she transformed into a reclusive but compassionate character who forms a meaningful bond with young Kevin McAllister. Fricker's appearance not only added depth to the film, but also left a strong impression of kindness and human connection during the holiday season. Born and raised in Dublin, Ireland, Fricker developed a passion for acting early on and built a solid career on both stage and screen. With her outstanding performance in My Left Foot, she won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, affirming her position in the international film industry. However, behind the spotlight, her life was also full of ups and downs. A failed marriage and difficult mental times left Fricker struggling to balance her personal life and career. Despite her success, Fricker still had to face quiet moments, especially after losing many close friends in the industry. But above all, she was always resilient and constantly dedicated to her art. Currently, at the age of 79, Brenda Fricker has stepped out of semi-retirement to return to ITV television projects. With her talent and enduring passion, she continues to conquer audiences, proving that a true actor can shine at any stage of life. Angela Guthalls brought a bit of sarcasm to her role as Lenny McAllister, the older sister who took every opportunity to tease Kevin in Home Alone, 1990. At just 13 years old, she displayed a natural charm and humor, creating a character that was both lovable and mischievous. Born in 1977 in New York, Guthalls showed her acting talent at a young age, quickly appearing in major projects such as Jerry Maguire. However, instead of pursuing a path to fame, she chose a different direction. After leaving the Hollywood spotlight, Guthalls focused on her studies at Vassar College, where she built a stable life and found her passion off-screen. Married to writer Russell Soder, she devoted most of her time to raising her family and 2 children. A major loss, the sudden passing of her father, prompted her to reflect and decide to leave the entertainment industry to prioritize her personal life. Now, at the age of 47, Guthalls enjoys a simple life, away from the hustle and bustle of Hollywood. Although officially retired, she still occasionally participates in local plays, finding creative joy in a more community-oriented way. While her film career did not last long, the role of Lenny McAllister remains a memorable childhood memory for those who love Home Alone. It's impossible not to mention Kieran Culkin, who left a memorable mark in Home Alone, 1990, as Fuller McAllister, the mischievous, Pepsi-loving cousin who always made Kevin worry about having to share a bed. At just 8 years old, Kieran began his acting journey, becoming part of the famous Culkin family and following in the footsteps of his older brother Macaulay. Although Fuller only had a small role in the film, Kieran's career later went far beyond his adorable on-screen antics. Growing up in the shadow of Macaulay Culkin wasn't easy, but Kieran didn't let that stop him. Instead of chasing after the bright lights of fame, he chose to slowly build his career, focusing on roles with deep inner meaning. That perseverance helped him gradually assert himself as a capable actor, not just Macaulay's little brother. Kieran is a private person. He is married to Jazz Charton and has a happy family with his wife. Although he rarely shares about his private life, the losses in his family, especially the passing of his sister Dakota in a car accident in 2008, have left him and his loved ones with deep pain. Now 42 years old, Kieran Culkin has risen to become one of the most outstanding faces in Hollywood. His role as Roman Roy in HBO's Succession has not only brought him widespread acclaim, but also affirmed his outstanding talent. From the Pepsi-loving boy in Home Alone to a sharp, conflicted character on screen, Kieran has proven that he is not only part of the Culkin family, but also a talented actor with a unique charm. Devin Rattray, born in 1977, made a deep impression with the role of Buzz McAllister, Kevin's stubborn but humorous older brother in Home Alone, 1990. At only 13 years old, Rattray brought a bold, big brother image, always teasing his younger brother, but becoming an indispensable part of the film. Despite his tough attitude and not being afraid to make things difficult for Kevin, Buzz remains a beloved character because of his humor and memorable quirks. However, this role was also a double-edged sword, as it led to Rattray being easily stereotyped into similar characters, limiting his opportunities to take on more diverse roles. Despite many obstacles, Rattray persistently pursued an acting career. He appeared in numerous independent films and television projects, gradually asserting himself beyond the shadow of Home Alone. In addition, he actively participated in fan events, reminiscing and cherishing the legacy that the role of Buzz has brought him. In his personal life, Rattray is quite private. Although he has never been married, he remains focused on his work and faces the ups and downs of his career with perseverance. Currently, at the age of 47, Devin Rattray is still dedicated to acting and continues to seek new opportunities to showcase his talent. Despite the challenges, he proves that behind the defiant appearance of Buzz McAllister is a committed actor, always striving to grow and maintain his love for cinema. Catherine O'Hara gave a standout performance as Kate McAllister, a devoted, worried but loving mother in Home Alone, 1990. O'Hara was only 36 at the time, but her sharp comedic performance and emotional depth made her one of the most memorable holiday icons. She had previously made a strong mark as a comedic actress in SCTV and in hits like Beetlejuice. Born into an Irish Catholic family, O'Hara showed an early talent for comedy. She quickly established herself in the entertainment industry while maintaining a balance between her work and personal life. In 1992, she married production designer Bo Welch, and they had two sons, Matthew and Luke. Despite being a big star, O'Hara always chose a simple life, away from the noise of Hollywood, focusing on her family and the artistic projects she truly loves. Despite her great success, O'Hara also experienced deep losses, especially the passing of her brother to cancer, a pain she rarely shared publicly. However, with strong will, she never let difficulties discourage her. At the age of 70, O'Hara continues to shine, recently joining the cast of The Last of Us Season 2, once again proving that her talent is limitless. Whether making audiences laugh or cry, Catherine O'Hara is always one of the most beloved stars on the screen. The role of Kate McAllister is not only a worried mother running across Europe to find her child, but also a symbol of perseverance and unconditional love, something that audiences will remember her for from the first moments in Home Alone. Jerry Baman made an unforgettable impression as Frank McAllister, the stingy, critical, and sometimes hilarious uncle in Home Alone, 1990. At 49, Baman excelled at portraying a sarcastic personality with sharp comedic timing, making the character both infuriating and integral to the holiday classic. Uncle Frank's snide remarks and over-the-top frugality not only added to the family drama, but also contributed to the special appeal of Home Alone. Before becoming part of the McAllister family on screen, Baman had a distinguished career on Broadway, where he honed his acting skills and built a solid reputation. However, his personal life was not always smooth sailing. At the age of 30, he went through a challenging divorce, an event that occurred just before he starred in Home Alone. This difficult period forced Baman to reevaluate his career and life, but he continued to pursue acting with an unwavering passion. Although he spent most of his time working, he maintained a relationship with his son, despite the challenges of balancing family and career. Currently, at the age of 83, Baman remains active in the New York theater scene, continuing to contribute to the arts with quality roles. Occasionally, he also appears on television, maintaining his position as a veteran actor. In addition to his acting career, he is dedicated to mentoring younger generations, quietly imparting his experience and wisdom to aspiring actors. With rare passion and perseverance, Jerry Baman has proven that a true actor never stops dedicating himself to his craft. Cinta Moses, born August 8, 1973, brought a breath of fresh air to Home Alone, 1990, as Tracy McAllister, one of Kevin's older cousins. At the age of 17, Moses made her mark in the entertainment industry with her natural energy and on-screen charm. Raised in a creative family, she showed an early passion for the arts and used the opportunity provided by this hit film to lay the foundation for her career. Despite entering a competitive and challenging industry, Moses persevered in her passion, appearing in numerous television shows and independent film projects. Not only did she limit herself to acting, but she also actively supported the rights of screenwriters and artists, speaking out for fairness in the entertainment industry. This determination was partly fueled by personal loss, especially the passing of her father at a young age, an event that further motivated her to make positive changes. Now 51, Moses maintains her passion for art and continues to work in both acting and social activism. She chooses to keep her private life private and focus on her career, not pursuing marriage or having children. but instead devoting herself to the entertainment industry. With her perseverance and influence, Senta Moses has established herself as an artist who is not only talented, but also has a fighting spirit and is dedicated to her art. Hilary Wolf, born in 1977, brought realism and toughness to the role of Megan McAllister, Kevin's outspoken older sister in Home Alone, 1990. At just 13 years old, Wolf not only made her mark in the film industry, but also nurtured a special passion for judo. While many young actors focused on pursuing Hollywood careers, she chose a different path, devoting herself to this martial art and gradually asserting herself on the international stage. With a resilient and determined spirit, Wolf represented the United States at the Olympic Games in 1996 and 2000, becoming an outstanding judo athlete on the global stage. However, her journey was not easy. A serious injury once threatened her sports career, and her personal life was not without challenges. A broken marriage posed a great mental challenge, but Wolf did not let those difficulties stop her. She found new happiness with her current husband, and together they have 2 children. Now 47, Wolf remains a powerful influence in the judo community, mentoring young athletes, sharing her experiences, and inspiring them with discipline and perseverance, values that helped her transform from a child actress in Home Alone to an Olympic athlete. Hilary Wolf's life is a testament to the power of passion and perseverance, showing that success comes not only from fame, but also from relentlessly pursuing what you believe in. Mike Marana, born September 27, 1977, brought humor and mischief to Home Alone, 1990, as Jeff McAllister, Kevin's teasing older brother. At just 13 years old, Marana brilliantly portrayed the sibling rivalry in the McAllister family, adding to the film's realistic chaos. Coming from a family that encouraged creativity, Marana took to acting at an early age and quickly made a name for himself in the industry. After the success of Home Alone, he continued to appear in a number of high-profile projects in the 1990s, but gradually realized that the pressure of the spotlight was not what he wanted in the long run. Instead of pursuing an acting career, Marana decided to go behind the scenes, becoming an electrician on film sets. This allowed him to maintain connections to the entertainment industry while avoiding the media spotlight. Now at 47, Marana chooses to live a private life, unmarried and childless, enjoying the freedom to pursue his passions in his own way. Although he has left the screen, he still cherishes the memories of his time as a child actor. With his experience, Marana actively shares a realistic perspective on the entertainment industry, helping young actors better understand the challenges they may face. His journey is a testament to the fact that success is not only defined by fame, but also by the ability to find the path that best suits you. Lee Zimmerman, born March 28, 1969, made her mark in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York 1992 as an elegant fashion model. At just 23 years old, Zimmerman, a talented California native, was immersed in the performing arts, honing her dance and theater skills. Though only a small role, her appearance in the holiday classic was the stepping stone to an impressive theater career. With a burning passion for the arts, Zimmerman quickly established herself on Broadway, especially with her role in A Chorus Line, which earned her the prestigious Olivier Award. However, her career path was not always a bed of roses. In her late 20s, she faced a serious injury that almost ended her dance career, forcing her to adapt to the harsh changes in the art field. In addition, a challenging divorce also forced her to reevaluate her life and orient her future. However, with her determination and love for art, Zimmerman not only overcame adversity, but also turned it into motivation to rise up. At the age of 55, she continues to dedicate herself to theater and cinema, proving that passion and perseverance can overcome all difficulties. Her journey is a living testament to the indomitable spirit, inspiring many generations of young artists to pursue their dreams. Dana Ivey, born August 12, 1941, brought elegance and a charmingly serious demeanor to Home Alone 2, Lost in New York 1992, as a hotel receptionist. By then 51, Ivey was a familiar face on Broadway and screen with a career spanning decades. Born and raised in South Carolina, her passion for the arts blossomed early, leading her to star roles in The Importance of Being Earnest and The Addams Family, where she demonstrated her versatility and unique temperament. Despite her professional success, Ivy's personal life was not without its challenges. A failed marriage left her struggling to balance her career and personal life. However, instead of letting the events slow her down, Ivy devoted herself to her art, constantly dedicating herself to the stage and cinema. The quiet periods in her career sometimes brought loneliness, but she still persevered, finding motivation in her passion for acting. At 83 years old, Dana Ivy is still an icon of the stage, continuing to inspire with her dedication and poise. Her journey is a testament to the enduring strength of a true artist who is always dedicated, constantly innovating, and leaving a deep mark on the hearts of audiences. John Candy, born October 31st, 1950, brought warmth and humor to Home Alone 1990 as Gus Polinski, the Midwest Polka King. His character, with his kind heart and optimistic spirit, helped Kate McAllister on her journey to reunite with her son, creating one of the film's most memorable moments. By then 40, Candy was one of Hollywood's most beloved comedians, with a witty, approachable style and an unmistakable charisma. Born and raised in a working-class family in Ontario, Canada, Candy discovered his passion for acting early in high school. His stepping stone was the show SCTV, where he affirmed his natural talent for comedy, before rising to stardom with a series of blockbusters such as Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Uncle Buck, and The Great Outdoors. Behind the laughter on screen, however, Candy faced many pressures, from maintaining his fame to health issues related to his weight, a constant struggle throughout his career. Despite his busy work schedule, Candy always devoted his love to his family. He married Rosemary Margaret Hobor in 1979 and was a devoted father to two children, Jennifer and Christopher. For him, family was the most precious support, although balancing his career and personal life was not always easy. Tragedy struck on March 4, 1994, when John Candy suddenly passed away from a heart attack at the age of 43. His passing was met with immense grief, but his legacy, his comedic films, emotional characters, and rare kindness continues to live on in the hearts of his fans. Candy is not only a comedy legend, but also an icon of warmth, sincerity, and endless joy on screen. Kristen Minter brought youthful charm and vibrant humor to Home Alone 1990 as Heather McAllister, Kevin's older cousin, who stood out with a moment of confusion over the number of family members, contributing to one of the film's most breathtaking situations. At the age of 25, Minter was full of energy and charisma, marking an important milestone in her rising career. Born and raised in a family that valued creativity, Minter showed her passion for the arts early on in high school. She quickly made her mark in both television and film in the late 80s and early 90s, participating in many prominent projects. However, like many other young actors in Hollywood, she could not avoid the harsh challenges of the entertainment industry, from the pressure to maintain fame to fierce competition. In her personal life, Minter had a notable relationship with actor Brian Austin Green. However, instead of choosing family life, she focused entirely on her career, constantly looking for new opportunities to show her talent. Despite facing the ups and downs of fame, she still persistently pursued art with intense passion. Currently, at the age of 58, Kristen Minter continues to work in the entertainment industry, maintaining her form with impressive roles. Recently, she appeared in the movie Seven: The Secret and is constantly exploring new projects. With her enthusiasm that has never faded, Minter proves that dedication and passion are the keys to helping her always shine, no matter what stage of her career. Rob Schneider left a memorable mark in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York 1992, as a concierge at the Plaza Hotel, a humorous, enthusiastic, and no less cunning character. Although only a supporting role, with his charming acting and characteristic comedy, Schneider contributed to creating memorable moments in Kevin's chaotic adventure. At that time, at the age of 29, he was on the rise in his acting career. Born on October 31st, 1963, in San Francisco to a multicultural family, Schneider early showed a passion for the arts, especially comedy. His big break came when he joined Saturday Night Live SNL, where he quickly became one of the main actors, famous for his flexible transformation and sharp comedic style. From there, He continued to expand his career with hit comedies such as Deuce Bigelow Male Gigolo, The Hot Chick, and Grown Ups. Along with his success, Schneider also faced many challenges in his personal life. He was once married to actress London King and had a daughter together, but the marriage did not last. He later found happiness with his current wife, Patricia, and 2 daughters, creating a happy family life. However, Schneider could not avoid pressure from the public, especially when he publicly expressed his views on social and political issues. Currently, at the age of 61, Rob Schneider is still working hard on acting and comedy and continues to be a notable figure with his outspoken views. Despite the controversies, he still maintains a special appeal in the entertainment industry, proving that talent and passion are the keys that help him always shine on stage and screen. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. There is still a lot of interesting content waiting for you. So don't forget to click like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Your support is the biggest motivation for me to continue bringing attractive content. See you in the next video. Wish you a wonderful day.